Hello all, welcome you to Pragya Insights. In the last video, we learnt about MySQL Server and MySQL client software installation in our system. We also discussed about various clients interfaces like MySQL command line client, MySQL shell and MySQL workbench which are used for querying the SQL server. Please check the previous video for installation and overview of MySQL because in this video, we will go through these various client interfaces to understand more. The link is given in the description. Before we jump into the today's topic, let's have our SQL question. The question is, which of the following is not a MySQL client application? A. MySQL workbench. B. MySQL command line client. C. MySQL shell. Or D. MySQL server manager. Please share your answer in the comment. Let's start with first client interface, which is MySQL command line client. Let's open MySQL command line client. It will first ask you to enter the password. Here you need to enter the password which you set during the installation process. That is the password of your root account. Root is super user or admin of MySQL server. As you entered your password and click the enter button, it shows the welcome message as welcome to the MySQL monitor with some basic commands for command line interface. It also shows the version like currently I am using server version 8.0.34. As we are successfully logged in and connection with the SQL server is established, we can now start writing our queries. Suppose you want to check all the databases in your server. Then you can use the command show databases. And to end the query, write semicolon in the end and hit enter. Show databases will give you the list of names of all the databases in your server. As of now, we just installed the software and haven't created any databases of our own, so it is giving us the list of default databases only. To create a new database, give a command create database and the name of your database. I am putting sample1. It shows the message that query is OK and one row affected. So our database is created. Let's check our database using show databases command. And see, we have sample1 in the database list. We can now create our data tables in this database. You can think of a database as a folder in your system. Like in a folder, we keep multiple files. Same is the database where we keep multiple tables. If we want to delete this database, then simply write command drop database sample1. If we again check the database using show databases, then sample1 database will not show up because we deleted that. To close our connection with the server, you can write exit or quit and it will close the session. Our second client interface is MySQL shell. In a first look, it looks similar as a command line client, but it has some additional features and functionality. When you will open the MySQL shell, it gives you the version information in the beginning itself. Have you noticed that it is showing MySQL JS? What is JS here? JS is for JavaScript. As I said, MySQL shell is the advanced version of CLI. In MySQL shell, you can practice JavaScript, SQL and even Python. To switch from JavaScript to Python, you can write \py and hit enter. It shows the message switching to Python mode. So now you can write the Python code. Similar way, to switch from Python to SQL, you can write \SQL and hit enter. Now we are in SQL mode, but we haven't connected to the MySQL server yet. So first we need to connect to our server like we did in command line. To connect to our server, you need to write \connect root @localhost 3306. Here root is our username and 3306 is your port number which we mentioned at the time of installation. Now enter your root password. It is asking whether we want to save our password. I am entering N to deny. We are now connected with the server. The shell commands are similar to the command line client commands. Show databases to show all the databases in the server. Let's create database sample2 here. And again write show databases to see our newly created database sample2. We can write drop database and our database name to delete the database. Let's check the database list one more time. By typing \exit or \quit, we can close this session. There is also another shortcut \q to close this session. The MySQL Workbench is user-friendly graphical interface client tool with various features. You can log into the server by clicking connection in My Connections. Here are data modeling and data migration tools, but we will check these later. Let's connect with MySQL server. We can simply click on the saved connections to connect with the MySQL server. Let's see how to create a connection. We can save connections using Choose Connect to Database in Database tab. Select the root and connection method as TCP/IP. As our server and client is on the same machine, we can put the loopback IP or localhost IP, that is 127.0.0.1, and port is 3306. Select the username root. If we want to store the password, then click Store in Vault. So it will not ask for password every time we logged in. Currently I am not storing it. Click OK. Now you can see that our connection is showing in My Connections. Click on it and type the password. It will take us to the MySQL Workbench homepage. Here are menu bar. Navigation pane has Administrator tab to see the server information and Schema tab to see the various schemas. In the information pane, you will get the information of the selected objects. In the SQL addition pane, you will get the help tab and snippet tab. If we want to save our query, then it will show up in the snippets tab. Query pane is where we write and execute our SQL queries. When we execute any query, then result grid will pop up where we can see the query results. In the output pane, you will get the queries logs. If you want to hide sidebars, SQL additions bar or output window, then we can use these icons. Let's write some queries here. Firstly, we will check the stored databases information using command show databases. If we hit enter, it will not execute our query. In the workbench, enter key take you to the next line. So, to execute it, we need to select the statement and then press enter with control key, or you can use flash with cursor icon to execute the single query. But it will only execute the query where your cursor is positioned. The flash icon is used when you want to run the selected queries or all queries in one shot. Let's create sample3 database by using create database command. We can now write show databases to check the databases or use the same query which is already written to show the databases names. Let's select show databases query and click on the flash icon to run. As you can see, the name of our newly created database sample3 is shown. If we click flash icon without selecting anything, then it will throw you an error. Can't create database sample3. Because flash icon executes all the queries including create database query. Since we already created a database with the name sample3, so we cannot create database with the same name again. Thus it is showing error. Let's drop the sample3 database by writing drop database sample3 semicolon and execute it. Now you can check the databases. and sample3 database is not showing. Hope you got the basic information about the MySQL workbench. So here is the comparison of all the MySQL clients applications. You can pause the video and check it. Throughout our SQL learning, we will be using MySQL workbench since it has user-friendly GUI and some advanced features. Now it's time to see the answer of our SQL question. The question was, which of the following is not a MySQL client application? I hope you all were able to answer this question. So the answer is option D, MySQL Server Manager. Thank you for watching, and please remember to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon to receive the notifications about our latest videos. I'll see you in the next video.